Hello and welcome to our 2021 Women's Lacrosse season preview. I'm joined by our newest head coach, Paige Campbell. Paige, why don't you introduce yourself to the Corsair fans?
Mhm. Hello, everyone. My name is Paige. I grew up in Lakeville. I actually went to Springfield College and played lacrosse there, as well as studied exercise science. And after Springfield College, or in addition to playing lacrosse at Springfield College, um, I had an amazing experience working in multiple gyms and fitness centers. And from there, actually began working at UMass Dartmouth in the fitness center with Greg, the fitness center director, and was able to work a ton with the athletes as well as the students there. And that's really what started my connection with UMass Dartmouth. So this has opened new doors and exciting opportunities for me as of this year.
Well, we're really glad to have you back. What was that experience like working with Greg and his staff in the fitness center?
Honestly, it was awesome. It was like the best thing that could have happened right out of college. I was still close age with most of the people there, and that I could relate to what they were going through, whether it was the work study students that worked at the front desk of the fitness center and their homework and what they were dealing with. I just hope I was a positive influence on them and provided them with some guidance moving forward in their next years of college or their careers, but then also really amazing experience working with the athletes and getting to know the teams, and just the vibe of everything was really I don't know, exciting for me to start my career there. And then um that's it, I guess.
What's it been like being back on campus?
Um, it's been very different this year, of course, but definitely still the same welcoming, friendly faces, which has been so nice, so nice to get back into. Everyone has been so helpful, definitely coming together in a hard year. So overall, again, it's been great, but we're dealing with what we have to, getting the athletes tested when they need to, just a lot of different challenges that we're just working through and trying to keep the athletes as positive and having fun as possible.
Absolutely. What's it been like making that transition from college player to college coach?
Oh boy. It is definitely very different. I was thinking it is just so crazy the things that I didn't realize my coach was doing. In preparation for games, in preparation for practice, all the little things that you're thinking about and constantly focusing on is a lot more than just lacrosse. Whether it's the players and what they're dealing with, and it becomes your concerns because you genuinely care about them, or the lacrosse and the preparation and the girls and their food and their exercise and how they're going to feel that day. So it's just a lot of things to consider, and you genuinely can't help but care as a coach about every single one of them. So it's very different, and again, things I didn't even think about as a player. So it's exciting and it's very different, but it's also very motivating. It makes me want to be better for all of them. So it's been awesome so far.
Mhm. And as a former student athlete, I think you probably have a real close understanding of how valuable that student athlete experience is. How have you worked in these first few weeks to really establish a strong presence within the team?
Yeah, so definitely feel that is the most important thing, being, a student first and being an athlete, but realizing the importance of being on the team and working with one another to achieve a common goal, but we're all going to deal with setbacks and everything like that. So literally just have talked to them so much about this year and different challenges that are going to come about, and we need to be open with one another. We need to talk about it, and we need to move forward as a team. So like I said before, we're just dealing with a lot of different challenges, Um, and especially this year, I'm trying to be understanding, yet still bring the intensity and the dedication to the sport that we need to in order to achieve the goals that we're looking to achieve.
Definitely. Do you think your time away from the game has changed your perspective, especially now as it's in a different role?
Yes, completely. It's funny. I actually recently spoke to some old teammates, and we just all agreed that we wish we could go back and play now that we've spent time away from the game and have a different outlook completely on what's important and what really we want to take with us going forward. So it's just really crazy to step away, like you said, for a little while and kind of look back on times and again realize what's important, and it's the teammates and the relationships that you build during sports, and you come together and you beat teams and you hit the highest of highs and some of the lowest of lows where you feel defeated, but again, the relationships, the team being all together. I'm trying to really share that with the girls, and that's literally the most important thing right now, especially during a challenging year.
Mhm. Yeah, this is definitely a strange year to have as your first as a head coach. How have you adjusted to the new protocols that are in place to maintain health and safety?
Mhm. Yeah, so it's definitely been just a different challenge, especially being a new coach, learning the ropes overall, um, and wanting to follow the rules and the protocols in order to make sure that everyone is safe and everyone is safe at the school, but everyone is safe on our team and what we need to do in order to make it easier on, the strength and conditioning coaches. We need to do a certain protocols to make sure we're ready to go for lift, or if it's for the trainers and what we need to do for them. So I never want to be that team that's not doing the right thing. We want to make sure we're doing our part in keeping everyone safe. So I think the girls overall have adapted well. First week, it was a little bit hard. What day are we testing? Oh, someone forgot to test. We need to get in a routine of, going through the COVID testing as we're supposed to, and being prepared so that no one is taken out of practice or a game because of something like that we can prevent.
Definitely. And I know you don't have much experience to compare it against as a coach, but as a player, do you feel like it's different preparing for this season and opposed to the last few years, just because of how different everything has been in the last year?
Yes, yes, I do. I do feel the girls have a different mindset overall, both positive and negative. Some things, I would say it's helpful in that I think they're just so excited to be outside and we all want to have fun as a group. So I feel that, that importance has risen to the top, in which, sometimes the intensity and the competition and wanting to be a starting player can just, I don't know, cause more troubles. However, I do feel as though maybe there was some thoughts before the season that our season maybe wouldn't happen, or um we wouldn't have been playing games and it would have just been practice and conditioning and an off season of just preparation. So I think we had a lot of different thoughts coming into this season, and I'm not sure exactly what each individual's preparation looked like. So I just think it's a very different in that I need to be, like I said before, very understanding of what certain people are going through with things at home. And if they need to go, they need to go. Um, However, I do, like I said before, again, I just want to bring the intensity. I want to make sure they're learning something and we're ready to play when we do have to play in these games. So we did our best to prepare for the season in the weeks that we've had building up to the games, and we're going to see what happens.
And last year's spring season was unfortunately cut short. Do you think the players use that as like motivation that they've got another chance to go out and compete?
Yes, I think so. I think it's pretty crazy when you look at our team, really how young our team is. There's just as many, new members of our team as there are returners. And even the returners could continue to play for at least 2 more years. There's no one that has to stop playing as of this year. So I think it's really amazing what this program could do going forward and what we could do and what we could accomplish because again, this is such a young team, but it has so much potential. And I really, really think that this year they came back and they were excited to play. I know, like their games were cut short, and the people that did play for the first year last year and are considered returners this year, at most they played in what 3 or 4 games. So it's really exciting that we have a young team and we don't have much experience, but it's also been a big learning couple weeks, I guess you could say, in preparation for the season because they didn't get to do as much as planned last year when it was cut
Mhm.
short.
Definitely. And it's kind of a tricky situation going into the season with COVID and protocols. You don't know what your schedule is really going to look like over the long term. What kind of preparations have you made to face the unique challenges the season will bring?
Um, I think we're just all ready to hop in the game and play where we need to. It was definitely an adjustment for some players to have to step into a position that maybe they haven't stepped into before, especially on a college team. So I think there are expectations that have changed a little bit because of what we're working with and how things could change at the snap of a finger, and we really have no control over it. So we have a lot of players stepping up where we need them to, and we're going to continue to work through that in practices as we go through the next couple weeks and play in the games and see what happens. But it's crazy, as any coach can relate, with the injuries that come up unexpectedly or the illnesses, or this year, like you said, just unexpected things that may change the game and in a second for us. We just have to be prepared, and the team has taken it really well, but we're doing the best we can, and we can continue to remind each other we're taking it one day at a time.
Definitely. What are you most looking forward to about that first game?
I'm really, really looking forward to just the girls getting out there and playing on the field, like literally because of less numbers, I guess you could say, and not that much help on the field because I've spent a lot of time with the girls, just myself as well as our assistant, Coach Matt. We haven't really spread them out for the full field. So they're going to really, I think they're going to shine, taking advantage of the entire field, playing against a good team, and getting really competitive together against another team. That's what I really want to see. As you can assume, we've tried to increase intensity at practice, and that can cause just natural tension because you want to win in your competition against your own team. However, I can't wait for our team to rally together to beat another team. So we're really excited for that.
Awesome. Well, we're all looking forward to the season. Thank you for taking the time to sit down with me. And welcome back to UMass Dartmouth.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you all next time on our next edition of Spring Previews.